Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Monday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a family seeks answers following the death of a Chautauqua County jail inmate. Details coming up.
Plus, Chautauqua County's district attorney and U.S. Attorney's Office in Buffalo will be teaming up. We'll tell you why. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Monday, everybody. The weekend was absolutely spectacular. Cooler temperatures, low humidity, and especially lots of sunshine yesterday. First Defense Doppler is absolutely quiet the same way as it's been the past couple of days. You see a couple of radar returns. We call that radar garbage. It's just mainly bugs and dust in the atmosphere. But the humidity will be coming back, and you know, with that, the rain chances come up with that. So we see a scattered rain chance on Tuesday, becomes a little bit more widespread on Wednesday before we dip back to an isolated chance on Thursday. And then ultimately by the end of the week, we should be dry. But as we get into the middle and later part of this week, it's not going to be a total washout, though. The rain chances will be rather isolated in nature, any one spot getting a chance of rain. You can see here on the satellite imagery, we have a few clouds drifting in. This is part of the next system that's going to be heading our way over the next 24 or so hours. This is all moving to the northeast, but you can see some thin clouds over across the southern tier. So we'll call today partly sunny. How's that? Temperatures will be down into the lower to mid 70s through the day. Sun and clouds, cool but low humidity. That's the good news. But we'll talk about where that humidity is headed over the next couple of days with that 7-day later in the show. Justin and Matt.
Alrighty, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you. Our top story, the family of a man who died in the Chautauqua County Jail earlier this year is continuing to seek answer. Today, Jesse Galloway, along with the family and friends, held a demonstration in Mayville, seeking justice for her brother's death. Galloway says her brother, Greg Galloway, turned himself into authorities with Dunkirk Drug Court to get help for his drug problem. A day after he was taken to the sheriff's jail facility in Mayville, the family was informed of his death, something that still shocks them months later.
Even if we just could get what was his last meal, if we can get anything, that would just be a benefit to our family as closure. You know, even my children, that's their only uncle. They want to know. They want to know what happened to Uncle Greg. I want to know what happened to my brother. My mom wants to know what happened to my brother. And everything just leads to criminal negligence because he wasn't medically taken care of after bodily injuries that were severely needed medical attention.
Now, Galloway said Greg was supposed to be on suicide watch at the time of his death. His family said they believed he was high on several drugs before he turned himself into police. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office did not originally release Galloway's identity to the public, and at the time of the initial incident, all they reported was that a 28-year-old man died while in sheriff's custody. Deputies said no foul play is suggested, and the New York State Department of Correction was notified of the incident. Now, as Galloway's family continues to seek answers, they said they're going to push officials to publicly answer why Greg Galloway passed away. We'll have much more on WNYNewsNow.com later this afternoon.
Flames were still burning as of 9 this morning on a fire that destroyed a house on Centralia Hartfield Road overnight. Chautauqua County Fire Dispatch tells WNY News Now that crews were dispatched just before 11:30 last night. Numerous fire departments, along with county EMS and emergency services, responded to that fire. Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputies, while responding to a harassment call, initially noted a fire and called in crews. As of 9 a.m. Monday, remains of the structure were still burning. In DeWittville, Hartfield, and Maple Springs, firefighters were called back to the scene to investigate. Dispatch says crews are going to let the remainder of the building burn off throughout the morning, and no injuries were reported in the blaze.
And a Jamestown man was charged after the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says his vehicle crossed over into the opposite lane and struck a northbound Amish buggy on Quate Road in the town of Poland last night. Deputies say the vehicle left the scene of the accident but was located on Slayhamman Road. The driver was reportedly identified as a 34-year-old man, Nicholas Taylor. Taylor was allegedly intoxicated when located after processing he was turned over to the Jamestown Police Department due to an active warrant from the city. Taylor will appear in the town of Poland court at a later date to answer numerous charges, including leaving the scene of an accident and driving while intoxicated. Now, a 16-year-old buggy passenger reportedly sustained minor injuries in the crash.
This weekend, we reported that Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson announced that he and U.S. Attorney James Kennedy Jr. are collaborating on the Overdose Response Initiative. We reached out to Swanson this morning, and he says the initiative is very important because it expands the number of resources for law enforcement throughout the county.
The resources that they bring, obviously, are far more substantial than what we have here. And one of the components of the training that we put on Friday was to make it known just what resources are available. There are partners out there, not just in the federal government, but in the state government as well, with the state police, that our investigators here in our county can utilize in an effort to link these things. One of those entities is the Erie County Crime Analysis Center, which we're working with right now to execute a memorandum of understanding so that there's a partnership with them as well.
Now, Swanson says the discussions for the initiative began back in 2017, and just in his office and the U.S. Attorney's office, they previously did have an informal partnership.
So certainly more resources than coming to the area, which I imagine would probably be a pretty good thing. Good Monday to all of you. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. And certainly the drug epidemic takes a toll on the community, and we generally see that here, unfortunately, on a daily basis. In Jamestown. So, Matt, for the district attorney, what is his number one goal with having this partnership? Does he want to track and follow where overdoses are occurring?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you look back in the press release, because I think you wrote it up, if I remember right, this weekend. Remember how he said in there, he was talking about like overdose deaths and how he wants to track where the drugs come from? That's the biggest goal. And certainly it appears as though federal resources are very important to do that.
Yeah, certainly. And I'm sure that would probably help then his office with furthering sort of convictions and in the investigation portion of it too.
Yeah, we've seen that too, Justin, with the U.S. Attorney's Office releasing information with cases up in Buffalo where they've began to track down where the opioids come from. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here over the next few months.
Great reporting, Matt.
Thank you
for that. So let's check in with the comments and say hello to Renee. Hopefully you are doing well. She said she really can't hear us very well, Renee. If you want, you can switch over to the WNY News Now mobile app, and that gives you a great stream. Sometimes Facebook's a little weird. You might have to refresh. But Daniel, hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Kathleen as well, saying hello to Lakeith, Seth, Patricia, Wanda, Beth, David is here. Good afternoon to you, sir. Hopefully you also had a great weekend. I certainly had a wonderful weekend out there. Let's see. Michael is here. Joseph is here. And Tabby is here as well. Hello to all of you. Hopefully you are doing well. Coming up, a lot more news to tell you about how authorities just south of the border have recovered various items from a fatal daycare fire earlier this month, what it means for their investigation there.
But first, we'll have the latest on a law passed that prevents pension poaching. Dakota.
And we'll take a live look high above the Doubletree Hotel in downtown Jamestown. Few clouds in the sky. Dry today. That's the good news, but that humidity will be ticking up over the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll talk about it next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's gonna have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, New York has a new law designed to protect older and disabled veterans from so-called pension poaching. Pension poaching occurs when financial planners, insurance agents, or others claim they are assisting veterans and their families to get federal benefits, but are really convincing veterans to reposition their assets to qualify for benefits they're currently ineligible for. The poachers then often sell the veterans unneeded financial products or services. New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo signed legislation last week making it illegal to receive compensation for assisting the preparation of a claim and prohibits charging unreasonable services fees. Now, the law requires people offering these services to inform veterans and their families that state and local governments can provide free services regarding the benefits. The bill will take effect in 4 months' time.
Authorities have collected electrical cords and other items from the scorched scene of a Pennsylvania daycare center fire that killed 5 children. The Erie Times News reports that an electrical engineer, an Erie Bureau of Fire Inspector, Erie police detectives, and agents from the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives investigated the scene on Friday. Authorities say the August 11th fire killed 5 children ranging from 8 months to 7 years, and the owner of the daycare was hospitalized but released. Erie Fire Chief Guy Santone told the newspaper that authorities revisited the scene after speaking with the owner. He says authorities collected items from the residents in an effort to pinpoint the cause. The items, meanwhile, will be examined at the ATF laboratory.
Well, a new report from New York State Controller Thomas DiNapoli finds that farms generated $5.7 billion for the state's economy in 2017. The report was released last week. It found that milk continues to dominate as the state's largest single commodity with $2.5 billion in sales in 2017. Now, while New York is the nation's 3rd biggest milk producer based on sales, the state ranks as #1 when it comes to yogurt and cottage cheese, as well as sour cream products. Now, according to the report, New York had more than 33,000 farms in 2017 that employed 55,000 people. DiNapoli says the numbers highlight the economic importance that agriculture plays in the state. While total acreage has declined in recent years, net farm income has gone up about 20% since that 2017 report.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is warning about a new strain of salmonella that's resistant to antibiotics. The common form of food poisoning affects more than 1 million people each year. Most of them recover without any medication, but serious cases do require antibiotics. A new strain of the infection isn't responding as well to those medications and has hospitalized at least 60 people since last June and killed 2 of them. The CDC traced the bacteria to beef in the U.S. and cheese in Mexico. The agency believes that cows in both countries may carry it. You can easily avoid it by cooking beef to a safe temperature and avoid eating soft milk that could be made with unpasteurized milk.
Yeah, certainly salmonella does not sound like something fun that you would want to contract. I know eating out is always so tricky too, because my girlfriend and I try to, if we do go out to eat, we try to eat normal food that we normally would consume, like chicken and things like that, or else it messes up your whole dietary tract, and something like that, say food poisoning with salmonella, that'd be horrible way to run your day. So have you ever gotten something like that where you've got, it's not fun.
Yeah, it is. I deal with that. What else can I do?
Right, what else are you going to do?
Exactly.
Right, but be miserable. So, certainly important warning for people out there. Well, hopefully you all had a good weekend. I know it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was nice and cool. Today was cool, too, out there. I was out in Mayville covering a story, and it was just beautiful morning. Lots of sunshine, very cool, nice breeze. Kind of feeling fall-like. Not too bad because, I'm tired of the 85, 90 degree days, let me tell you. Summer's been great, but I could use a little bit of a cooler temp. So I don't know about you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Hello to Heather. Thanks so much for tuning in here. Hello to...
Did you say hi, David?
David, yes. Yeah. Great to see you as always. Renee, thanks for sticking with us. Seth, let's see who else has joined. Any new people have joined. Be sure to say hello in the comments down below. Let us know what you think of these stories. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos with your friends with Jamestown's latest and most local news. Coming up, the latest and most local weather forecaster, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He'll be here with a look at this week's outlook.
And guess what, Justin? Today is National Dog Day.
Oh,
my
really?
favorite. Yes,
oh,
sir.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll talk about that in a little bit when WNY News Now returns.
Oh, look at the dog. Oh, this is great.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
All right, welcome back. And we're all happy that it's getting cooler, but we're not all happy about this. We're losing even more daylight. Here are the sunset times over the next 7 days. I don't think any of us are kind of old enough to remember this here on the banner. Next stop, basement. Back in the old days, they used to have people who used to run elevators and they used to tell you what floors they were stopping on. Not that I remember those days. But the sunset time today is 8 o'clock on the nose. We're going to ultimately drip back. And the sunset time on the 1st of September, which is this Sunday, is 7:50 tonight. Or at night, I should say. Yeah. We're losing even more daylight once again. 72 over 54 was where we were yesterday. And again, it was another crisp and cool morning. Not as cool as yesterday. On Sunday, we bottomed out at 49 degrees. That's the coldest morning we've seen since, I believe it was the 14th of June. The record for today is 89, set back in 1990. Nowhere near that. And again, there's that sunset time of 8 o'clock on the nose tonight. Live look downtown, HD News Now Cam. A few puffy white cumulus clouds in the sky, but no rain coming out of them. 67 right now at the airport as of noon hour. Got a southeast wind of 14. There's a breeze of 20 miles an hour. And this is the big factor here, the dew point. It's down into the lower 50s. And when you have dew points that low, that means the air is relatively dry, so rain can't fall. And if you like the cooler temperatures, basically NOAA is agreeing that there's going to be a big upper level trough coming in across much of the continental United States over the next 6 to 10 days. That's going to keep much of the Midwest and the Northeast pretty much below average. So if you want the heat and the warmth, head to the west or head down to Florida because it looks like they're going to be warmer than average over that period. We'll take you through a future scan here just to show you nothing today. There should be no rain today. Now, tonight, we'll start to get into some few rain showers tonight out ahead of that system that we showed you earlier, and then the rain will overspread the region tomorrow. That lasts tomorrow night going into Wednesday. Wednesday will be the more widespread of the rain. You can see a more widespread coverage. Could be some moderate to heavy downpours in that on Wednesday, but tomorrow's rain should be mostly scattered in nature. So we'll show show you the wide view, high pressure here. A lot of the rain that you saw pretty much over the weekend down to the south hit this high pressure ridge and just completely fizzled it out. See that little spin right there? That's high. That's low pressure. That's the system that's going to be moving it up in our direction over the next 24 to 48 hours. Quick check on tropical weather. Want to mention this because it's going to be noteworthy. We now have Tropical Storm Dorian out here in the Atlantic. It's cruising into the Caribbean. Right now, it's still a tropical storm with 60 miles an hour winds. Note the track on this from the Hurricane Center. It's going to remain a tropical storm, and then watch what happens as it passes near Puerto Rico. It becomes a Category 1 hurricane with 75-mile-per-hour winds. Now, please keep in mind, don't focus on this white line or the white cone. Impacts can basically be felt from beyond this cone. So, again, if you have interest in Puerto Rico, just keep your eyes on that. And then ultimately, as it hits Hispaniola, it's rather mountainous here. So the Hurricane Center believes the mountainous terrain of Hispaniola will weaken it off into a tropical depression before it reaches the U.S. mainland. Zone by zone here, temperatures upper 70s near the Lake Erie shoreline, sun and clouds throughout the day. Eastward we go here, temperatures cooler here actually throughout the afternoon. Maybe Jamestown may end the day around 73, 72 around Randolph. Another nice day, clouds and sun share the sky. Here comes the future, and you can see 73 tomorrow, 76 on Wednesday, a little bit more muggy with that humidity ticking up. Isolated shower on Thursday, otherwise dry Friday through the weekend with below average temperatures. Sports is next, don't go away.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Monday, sports fans. We're at the start of another work week. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Happening right now, the Jamestown Rebels hockey team are at Jamestown Community College for an employer visit. During their visit, the team will be on the prowl for possible interns for the upcoming 2019-2020 season. Cornhole and yard pong are also being provided, along with meeting the recruiters for a possible internship. The Rebels will also have a second employer visit on September 4th, and their preseason will start on September 6th. The Buffalo Bills improved to 3-0 on the preseason with a 24-20 win over the Detroit Lions last Friday night. Bills backup QB Matt Barkley completed 12 out of 14 passes for 142 yards and 1 touchdown. Devin Singletary and Isaiah McKenzie each scored rushing touchdowns. For Detroit, Matthew Stafford threw for 137 yards and a touchdown. Buffalo will conclude their 2019 preseason on Thursday night at 7 o'clock as they will host the Minnesota Vikings. Tonight, with a 10-10 first pitch on the East Coast, the New York Yankees will begin a 3-game road series versus the Seattle Mariners. Taking 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers in their last series, the Yanks are 85-47 and are 9 games ahead of the Tampa Bay Rays for first place in the AL East. On the opposite end of the spectrum, at 56-75, Seattle is dead last in the AL West. J.A. Happ is tabbed as New York's starting pitcher. Seattle's has yet to be determined. The game will be televised on both ESPN and the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, football season, I'm ready for it. Well, here's Command's best friend. Today is National Dog Day. The day encourages people to own dogs of all breeds, pure and mixed. You can celebrate by walking your dog, or if you don't own one, asking to walk your neighbor or your friend's dog, or volunteering at a local dog shelter. For bigger steps, you could adopt a dog or begin fostering. You can post photos of the pups in your life to the social media hashtag National Dog Day.
Oh, look at those guys. They are so darn cute. We gotta love it. You remember the little Chihuahua that we had in here from the Chautauqua County Humane Society, and how he was adopted like 2 minutes after he left this? I was so angry. I want to do adopt him. But Paco, was that his name? Do you remember what his name was?
Paco.
I don't.
I'm not sure.
It was something like that.
It was something like that. I mean, it was Chihuahua-ish, and he was cute. He was cute. Although he growled at Matt, so.
Well, yeah. What can I say? I've got that charm.
Yeah, you got that. Dog
we're
charm.
gonna get a dog and name it Dakota.
Yeah, we should get a dog.
That actually, somebody joked once before that somebody has a dog named Dakota, so that was.
Well, that's a good name.
That was
for
joking.
It. Yeah,
I can't have a dog because I'm allergic, unfortunately.
No.
So.
Are
you?
But
you were powing down with you were bow wowing and powing. Get it? Because it rhymes. With your brother's dogs over the weekend, weren't you? I saw that on Facebook. Were they your brother's dogs?
What?
Weren't there dogs? There was a picture of you and dogs on Facebook over the weekend.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
No, there
I
wasn't.
have a feeling.
I would like to see the evidence of this.
Yeah, you posted it.
I was over at my brother's house on Saturday. He only has one dog, but
Maybe I'm crazy.
But I never took a picture of that.
Well, when?
No, it's a thing you shared of James Spann.
Oh yeah,
I thought
of the
this
dog.
was your house.
Yes. That is actually a cool video. I'm actually going to post that on the First Defense weather page on Facebook. James Spann was in tornado warning coverage, and the dog was howling because there was a tornado warning. So it's good to know that our canine friends are getting the word out when we have tornado warnings.
He gets involved in the weather too. I'm sorry, I thought that was your house.
We need to
it looked
have
like
James
your house.
Spann. We gotta have James Spann come up here.
We should.
We do.
We should call on him.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's the 7-day here. So again, rather nice today. We'll call it partly sunny throughout the area. A little bit more humidity tomorrow and Wednesday. That's why the rain chances are there along with that system. Again, chance of an isolated shower Thursday, but Friday through the weekend should be mainly dry, and Sunday starts September, guys. Can you believe this?
I can't believe Labor Day weekend. It's like right here. It's almost here. We can almost touch it.
Break out the beer.
Break it
Wait
out.
a second. That's an extra day.
Yeah, Monday.
Ooh.
Right. We'll have a little fun next Monday. We
boy.
have, a special music special coming everybody's way. So I'm not supposed to talk too much about it, but
just to make you feel better. I don't even know what it is.
No. Do you know what it is? I think you know what it is. Matt was CC'd on the email. Whether he read the email or not, that's another story.
Are you positive?
Yeah, Jesse set it up.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It'll be fun. Stay tuned.
Even our salespeople don't even tell the weather people anything.
I know.
Well, you know what? You better call for some rain. No, not Mexican. Wait, is it outdoors?
I think it's inside. I don't know.
If it's outdoors, you do not call for rain.
Don't call for just let's sunshine. Not call for rain anyways. There's a lot of events happening.
We'll call for snow. How about that?
No. That's it for us today. News continues 24/7, WNYNewsNow.com. Hopefully you like the antics. Saying hello to Dawn. Hopefully you're doing well. Wendy, great to see you here. Thanks for tuning in. If you missed anything we just talked about, don't worry. The show loops 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.